You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
At Molineux, a dramatic Carabao Cup night unfolded as Wolverhampton Wanderers came from behind to edge out West Ham United 3-2. The story of the evening was written in the final 10 minutes, and it carried the name of Jørgen Strand Larsen. The match began cautiously, with both sides struggling to find rhythm. West Ham arrived under pressure, having lost their first 2 league games and already leaking goals. Wolves, meanwhile, were still searching for a first win of the season. The early exchanges were tense, but the breakthrough came shortly before half-time. Rodrigo Gomes reacted quickest after Hwang Hee-chan's penalty struck the post, slotting home to give Wolves a 1-0 lead. That advantage did not last long into the second half. West Ham came out with more urgency, and Tomas Souček's header on 50 minutes brought them level. Just over 10 minutes later, Lucas Paqueta capitalized on poor defending, finishing Jared Bowen's cross to put the Hammers ahead 2-1. At that point, it seemed Graham Potter's side might finally turn a corner. But football is rarely so simple. Wolves manager Vitor Pereira turned to his bench, and it was Strand Larsen, the striker, linked heavily with a £50 million move to Newcastle, who changed everything. Coming on with less than 20 minutes to go, he struck twice in the space of just 2 minutes. First in the 82nd minute, then again in the 84th, sending Molineux into raptures and crushing West Ham's resistance. The win carried extra weight, not just for Wolves' progression to the next round, but also because it highlighted the value of Strand Larsen. Despite speculation over his future, he showed professionalism and composure, proving himself indispensable. Pereira praised him afterward, calling him a top player who wants to help the team, even noting how Larsen had willingly played out of position late in the game to protect the lead. For West Ham, the evening ended in frustration. That late collapse meant a third straight defeat to open the season, and the atmosphere around the club has grown increasingly tense. Bowen tried to acknowledge the away supporters at full time, but the moment turned sour, with visible confrontation near the stands. It was another sign of the cracks emerging under Potter's leadership. With 11 goals already conceded this season and the transfer window closing soon, questions about Potter's future are growing louder. His predecessor, Julien Lopetegui, lasted only 22 games before being dismissed, and Potter has now reached that same milestone with very little improvement. For Wolves, though, the night was one of relief and excitement. They finally had a win to celebrate, and they had a hero in Strand Larsen. Which happens next in his transfer saga remains to be seen. But at Molineux, his goals might prove priceless, not just for cup progression, but for their entire campaign. Stay subscribed for more videos.